So, like, I've always thought that there was resounding evidence that we landed on the moon. I mean, I grew up knowing
I mean,
and
they told us.
celebrating we landed on the moon. And mostly, anybody that's ever said, we never landed on the moon, look at the flag. And yeah, I see what you're talking about, but I mean, we landed on the moon. I mean, didn't we?
They told us we did.
I know,
And you know how, you know.
but but Tom Hanks played that dude.
Tom, you right. You're right.
Tom
It's
Hanks
got to
played
be
that
true.
dude, and surely to goodness that dude wasn't in on a conspiracy because I mean Tom Hanks played it. At some point, we'll have to figure out how to make it all work
Yeah,
and
at
flow.
some point we'll figure it all out.
Yep.
But we're gonna roll off of last week's hit, jumping up. I see more people reached out and saw that one. But we wind up getting on the topic of conspiracy theories, which is the whole loophole of then realizing finding something that hasn't been beat to death. Like
It,
everybody knows, conspiracy theories of 9/11, of what was the other one we was talking about that was the other big one that kind of brought that whole deal up?
uh,
Oh, the moon landing,
the moon, which
Amelia Earhart, I mean,
see, so I know last week we talked about
Bigfoot.
things. Well, yeah, we talked about Bigfoot. We also talked about things that I used to think I knew, and then come to find out maybe I didn't know. So, like, I've always thought that there was resounding evidence that we landed on the moon. I mean, I grew up knowing
I
and
mean, they told us.
celebrating we landed on the moon. And mostly, anybody that's ever said, we never landed on the moon, look at the flag. And yeah, I see what you're talking about, but I mean, we landed on the moon. I mean, didn't we?
They told us we did.
I know,
And you know how, you know.
but but Tom Hanks played that dude.
Tom, you right. You're right.
Tom
It's
Hanks
got to
played that
be true.
dude, and surely to goodness that dude wasn't in on a conspiracy because I mean Tom Hanks played it.
It's it's got to be true.
Forrest can sniff out some shit, and he won't he won't just play anything.
Not
But it
he'll play in some movies, but not just not any movies. Now if Jenna's gonna play in it, he might. But yeah, no, it's gotta be true. There it is. We landed on the moon because Tom Hanks
played that dude
played that dude,
in Apollo 13.
and so it's gotta be true.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
but there's a lot of really good American feel good about landing on the moon and how we all banded together and got us there and did the space race and all that.
But
But I do um find it odd that since then we hadn't been back and we are so much smarter now than we were.
and technology has come a
Yeah.
long ways.
But I also think now that they realized, you know what, we've been there, done that. We kind of know what's there and what it's all about. I,
Maybe they saw
you would
something.
think you would
Maybe they saw something.
they could have. Okay,
Maybe that's why they didn't want to go back.
tell me why we need a space force.
Something like that meme that says, Space Force has something. Space Force guys go to the moon or whatever, and he's like, the Marine walks back in, and he was like, he grabs the AR, racks it, and they're like, "What are y'all doing?" They're like, "Moon's haunted." They're like, what? Oh yeah, he picks up the gun. He goes to walk out, and someone asks him, "Is like, where y'all going?" I thought you were supposed to be on the moon. And they're like, he said, and it's like racks AR, and it was like, is it moon's haunted? He's like, what? He's like, moon's haunted, and they just like walk out.
So I told my wife, however many years was it? Well, I guess it just been probably 5 or 6 years because Trump was president,
Back when
and
times were simple.
and we're about done with what we got. Um, so it's been every bit of 4 years. Anyway, whenever Space Force was invented and created and whatever, my immediate thought was, I mean, they took Air Force trained fighter pilot type people, and that's who is now in Space Force, and we already had NASA, so we got people that go to space and do stuff and experiment and uh investigate.
Yeah.
Why we need trained gunship peoples in space, unless
Unless,
there's something out there.
yeah. No, we can't be the only people, you know? You know what I always thought about Earth as? You ever seen that movie Horton Hears a Who? And it's like
Mm,
this whole
ish, yeah,
town, it's like Dr. Seuss thing. So
yeah.
this whole village, whole world on a flower or a dandelion or some shit like that. What if that's like, what if we live in a simulation? You know?
Like some Matrix stuff.
That's some Matrix shit, you know?
You know,
But I was like talking to Madison. I was like, thank you. The other day, I said, thank you. We were sitting outside enjoying the boys lay down in bed. We were just sitting out in the front porch talking or whatever, enjoying, now that it's been cooling down at night, enjoying our time alone with each other for a little while. And we was
it
outside,
has
and
been super nice lately.
yeah, and all the stars were out. I mean, it was just perfect, you know. And I was looking at the stars and stuff, and we got on kind of the same subject about things, and I was talking to her. So, can you imagine if all of this is it's really real. This is real, which it is obviously. But I said, think about like as far as like the universe. They're talking about all these other planets and galaxies and blah blah blah. I said, if there's whole other galaxies and stuff, if all that stuff's true, you think we're the only ones on this earth? I mean, they're living, that have, we're the only mother, around here that's got this. No. But I was talking about the stars and stuff being so bright reading out that night. And I was like, you think of how far, like, planets and stuff like that, far but close, whatever, in space. And we can't see them, unless you got one of them big,
Hmm.
telescope deal, whatever. But, I said, and just to be able to see those. I said, but we can see all these stars. I said, now think how bright them damn stars got to be for us to see them.
Pretty bright.
I mean, that's not even any. You cannot even compare that to anything. You ain't got a flashlight that's that bright.
No,
You ain't got a laser.
no.
But being that bright, I said, you think about like the moon. There's a full moon. I mean, it lights it up. I mean, pretty good. Think about one of them stars if it was halfway closer than what it is now.
Be pretty bright.
So I'm saying something to think about, Cod.
Sorry, I got sidetracked. I saw flashies, and
Uh oh.
I was making sure we were still good. Still working on things, you
Yeah.
know. And this isn't even what we're gonna finish off with.
Yeah. No.
So,
Yeah. As you can see, the
oh yeah,
chairs
yeah.
have changed.
And this will be different again by next week. So
Yeah.
it's a process. I realized today that, I mean, I always knew that it wasn't really that big in here,
Yeah.
but then when you start trying to squeeze it into where four people could sit in here comfortably and get camera angles and everything,
Without crossing,
it's
showing, and
proven difficult. So we I'm in the process of redoing some stuff. We redid the bar, and so that next week this will look different, and that other side will look different. And the plans are to be having somebody sitting on that couch next week.
yeah.
Got a couple things in the works, so
Cool beans.
between somebody, we'll have somebody.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So bouncing back to next week, hopefully have a new look, finished look.
Finished look, yes, because
Hopefully
I am so tired of
moving and resetting up every time.
yeah, because we've talked about it before. This was my room. So I'm already like I'm excited to do this,
Yeah.
and excited to do something that I think we'll both enjoy and hopefully everybody else will enjoy.
Yeah.
Um, but at the same time, this was my happy place where I could just come and just go,
And now you
and
go.
now and now, which again, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I mean, these chairs are comfortable,
It's not the recliner though.
but it's not my recliner.
Yeah.
But you know, the unfortunately, what we're trying to achieve, um, the recliner's just, but it sits different in the house. It's nice.
I bet a nap in that dude
Yeah.
would be awesome.
A nap in it out here was pretty nice.
But in the
But I
house,
told my wife last night, one of the main reasons that I came out here all the time was because of my chair. My chairs were comfortable.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're
It's
way
hard
more
to beat.
comfortable than the couch that she had us buy,
Yeah.
which at the time I enjoyed too, but it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
like it.
not the recliner.
No. And so now I have my recliner. Of course, we're gonna have to tweak that too because that I don't like that, but
Yeah.
it still sits really nice and I can see the TV and I'm in the south. I'm in the house.
Yeah.
Nice.
In this house.
Yeah, in the south.
Hey, you know I'm over there in that
Yeah.
house.
And I'm actually not soused at all today.
Yeah. Woo!
Just normal tongue tiedness.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens like that. But yeah, so getting that finished up and then getting somebody on next week too, hopefully.
Hopefully. That's another thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked off camera, so we'll talk on camera real quick. I was gonna look and see if who I've been talking to messaged me back this afternoon. Twice now since we've been sitting in these chairs.
And didn't.
I've went to look and realized it's on my phone.
On your phone.
I can't get to my phone.
Yeah. That happens like that. Well,
So, but anyway, yeah, we got a couple things in the work, and then your dad, you're planning on having him come on to talk
yeah,
about
I need to get him on and
his
stuff.
beard products.
Yeah, get that going. Yeah, that'd be good. I got a good topic with him to get into. It'd be a kind of a funny but interesting deal. It'd be good. Trust me.
But now you said he was starting. Did you say he was starting his beard stuff back up?
Yeah, he's starting his beer stuff back up. He makes his own oils and like balms and stuff like that. He done it for for beards.
I think we'll have something to talk about.
Yeah, have something to talk about that. And like I said, I got another one to roll with it. But it'll be good. Can't give a spoiler alert. It'll
Mm.
be nice and good. But anyways, like we were saying, going back to the conspiracy deals. So, and then you sent me that earlier, and I was just like I've seen what you was talking about, but I haven't ever looked into it.
Oh,
I
you're talking
get,
about the Mandela effect.
yeah,
So, there's a lot of them that. Well, hang on. Let me just see if we can throw these in here real quick. There's a lot of them that don't concern me at all. Like now, when I see those, I think, okay, now you're stretching.
yeah.
But some of them, hang on, let me go ahead and add these while I'm at it because we need to talk about those too.
That
Um,
works.
oh please, hey, yeah, just keep going. I'll pipe back in real quick here in a second.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Anyways, I had seen, like I said, some of it, but I haven't really ever paid attention to it. So I have looked into it and didn't really know of what I was getting myself into. So I kind of beat around the box, looked at a couple things of it to kind of get an idea. Still completely lost. I have
Hmm.
no idea. But that's kind of what this is for. I mean, I'm not going to be the only one that's going to obviously watch this because, yeah, I'll
You
watch
know,
it back.
and that's the whole point of what I want to get into. I don't necessarily. I know this is only our third one. Check us out. We're on number three. You know,
Trust.
some people think three's not a big thing, but I mean, you got to start somewhere. So,
Yeah,
um,
couldn't start with number 50.
did you see the views that we had on our last one? And I didn't spend any money on that one.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't.
last time I checked, which was I think this morning or last night, it was like 8:30 or something like
Yeah.
that.
So I
But
mean,
I can pull it up
almost 1,000 views, and all we did was just put our ugly mugs out there for somebody to look at.
and
You
put
know,
Bigfoot
and
behind us.
I've been so busy trying to get some other stuff done. Plus, I'm still working for a living. You know, and then
Yeah,
parent.
876.
Yeah. So
So
I
step
mean,
up, step up.
that's oh, sorry, I'm done. I'm done fiddling. I can put us both back on.
There we go.
Um, and then parenting and all the normal stuff that everybody has to do. Uh, I've gotten sidetracked a couple times, so I hadn't been able to 100% finish. Uh, and I actually don't even know where I was going with it. Anyway, so
Yeah.
uh,
Anyways, back to
yeah,
conspiracy theories.
so the Mandela effect. So there's a couple of things that um I 100% if cameras and phones and everything was as readily available back then as they are now, I know we would have. Yeah, I know. I could go. I told you.
Yeah, see?
All right. So the big one that got me was when somebody told me. Hey, I don't want to let that go out because this might take a minute. Somebody told me that Ed McMahon never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. You don't know who Ed McMahon is, do you?
No clue.
See, this is not fun with you. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss
All right.
I
All right.
I
So
can't
here.
help it, you're
All
old,
right.
man.
So here. Oh, I can't. Oh, yeah. We've got to get our stuff
Fixed.
working on it. It's gonna happen this weekend. Furniture finally came in, so as I can mount cameras to the wall, we will get away from the phones. It'll be cool, and then I can actually, in the process, go, "Hey, you know what? Let's look at this."
Let's look at
Anyway,
this, yeah.
so Ed McMahon, he was a co-host on the Johnny Carson show. Here's Johnny.
Oh yeah,
All right. So he also hosted all kinds of other stuff. Ed McMahon was, I mean, it was Ed McMahon. He was everywhere. I remember as a kid him having commercials and stuff for Publishers Clearinghouse, going up and knocking on doors and giving people their $1 million checks that they won from them stupid stamp things. Do you remember your
Oh
grandparents doing
yeah,
the stupid? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so that eventually kind
There's
of.
like commercials about it and stuff too with him on there.
No, there's not.
Oh, wasn't?
See?
I'm thinking. I guess it's something.
No, you're thinking Ed McMahon. Look him up. I can't show you. Look him up. And you'll go, yeah, that's the dude I'm talking about. And that's going to prove my point. We'll wait. Do,
Yeah,
do, do. Oh, while you're looking, this is what we need to talk about. And
yeah. That old cat.
you see him?
Yeah,
Is that who you're talking about?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
my
I just remember somebody going to the. I remember the truck,
yes,
and
my
then
whole childhood and
the
everybody that you
door
talk
was
to,
checked.
if you were to call, what time is it? We got started late. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know anybody else old besides me?
No, my grandparents are in bed.
Oh yeah, they're in bed. So anyway, um, if you talk to anybody my age or older, which is not that bad, but there's 20 years difference between us. Anyway, my point is, you talk to anybody 40 or older. Did Ed McMahon work for Publishers Clearinghouse and give $1 million checks away to old grannies that won scratch off whatever's with
No.
balloons and vans and you want $1 million, Ed McMahon? Yes, he did. Ask anybody. You look it up now. No, he didn't. And there's so much evidence now, or not evidence, there's so much documentation now claiming that we got it wrong. No, Ed McMahon was never in Publishers Clearinghouse. He worked for Worcestershire Sushi Duchy House, which was a separate entity of something else, and he never did. That was just, I don't remember what the name of it was. It
Yeah.
wasn't actually that. Nobody looked for Worcestershire Susie's house. Whatever it was.
Stupid. Yeah.
Anyway, my point is there's so much documentation now. Worcestershire Susie's house
Yeah.
that that says y'all are stupid, you got it wrong. He never did that. He was always over here doing this bullshit. I saw it.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
kind of
so
like,
that's one.
yeah.
But it was named after whatever her name was. Again, research can't get to it. I really got to figure that part out. Um, it's named after this chick who thought Nelson Mandela had died in the 80s. And so apparently he didn't, but there's a lot of people who thought, yeah, Nelson Mandela died in the 80s in prison. No, he
I was
did.
reading something about that earlier, actually. I
It,
ran across it when I was looking up all this.
yeah.
I was trying to do a little, yeah.
So part of the, so like, okay, so here's some of the stupid ones. So, well, no, actually, I just grabbed. All right, so Fruit of the Loom.
I seen a video about this earlier
So do
on, I
I?
want to say TikTok. Or
Yeah,
did you send me something?
yeah, I sent you something.
Okay, that's
I
dumbass.
personally don't remember this one. I don't
I
necessarily.
do.
So you remember
Yeah, I remember the Fruit of the Looms having a little back. I
the little
said
basket,
a little basket weaving witch hat.
the corn basket weaving witch
Dude,
hat.
tell me that's not what that looks like. It's laying on its side.
The technical term is cornucopia.
Yeah, sure. Basket looking witch hat. Got it, dude.
Can
It's
you
2024.
can you use it in a sentence? Anyway,
Yeah,
so I
look
don't.
at that basket looking witch hat
Yes,
laying
so
on
I
top of
don't.
that fruit.
I
See, it
can't.
looks like the fruit come out of it.
I can't remember that one. But now I'm gonna probably bet a $1.26. I think that's what I got on me. Just curious, George the monkey, does he have a tail or no tail?
It used to have a tail.
Curious George has never had a tail.
Has he not?
See, that's my point. Every,
Look, I'll look his
every,
shit up on YouTube right now.
yeah.
I'm about to pull it up.
So some of them don't. Okay, Looney Tunes. How you spell Looney Tunes?
Dude, I do good to spell my own name. Do not put me in
Okay,
front of the public and ask me
okay.
to
So,
spell something, Daniel. You. No. Do not. This ain't no spelling bee.
sorry.
I
So,
told you, I'm not good with letters because I didn't go to math class
all
very
right. So
much.
here we'll just do this. So, I I, I
Well,
honestly thought Looney Tunes was Toons, but it's not.
it used to be.
It's Looney Tunes
No.
Tunes.
No, ain't no
And
way.
then the dude that I stole some of that from. I just stole the graphics, not the dude. I still got to work on these
Hey,
shadows.
Curious George did not have a tail.
Um. Anyway, the dude that I stole this from was saying that yes, it was indeed Tunes because one of the spinoffs of Looney Tunes was Merry Melodies, which went along the same lines with the Looney Tunes Tunes. So we all got it wrong. But he lost $1.27. But the little feller over here, can I zoom in on that? Nope, can't zoom in. Y'all have to do your own zooming. Anyway, the little feller over here with the money bags with the monocle, is that not what's on? Is that not what's on the like the community chest cards or the what's the other one? You got community chest and then you got the other.
I never really got into Monopoly.
What?
It was such a long
I
game.
know that's why I liked it.
dude, just
Most
for that.
most I see. I thought all kids liked Monopoly
Yeah, I
because
used to play it. My grandmother used to have it. I don't know, dude.
oh
Yeah, I just maybe it's a different game, but I never really got into Monopoly
well, I mean it does take
because
forever.
it
I
takes,
used to
and I never really, nobody ever really explained the concept to me.
oh you gotta be smart and buy stuff, sell
Okay, well
stuff.
then I'm definitely out because
Oh,
smart is where it goes out the window. So nobody really gave me the whole concept of how it was supposed to work. So I just never really got into it. I
I
just
always
whatever.
enjoyed it because it did take so long. But then my parents were always like, "No, we're not playing that because it takes way too long." And it's like, "Come on, man." Well, now we're the same way. Caden will want to play it. Excuse me. Caden will want to play it, and now, in my defense, though, Caden wants to start a game of Monopoly at 8:45. Knowing good and well, a good game of Monopoly is going to take at least 2 hours.
No, I'm not gonna
Now,
sit and play a
now I
board
don't,
game for 2 hours.
I don't mind to play a game for 2 hours because nowadays you can, I can take advantage of everybody else's ADD when we play Monopoly,
Yeah,
and they're playing on their phones. And no, I don't cheat, but I don't pay rent because if you don't, like if you bought a piece of property, I feel like everybody knows this, but you said you don't. So if you buy a piece of property and then I land on it, I got to pay you rent. Well, if you're dicking around on your phone or watching a movie, I don't have to pay you rent.
yeah.
So it don't bother me for it to take 2 hours. I just don't want it to start at 9 o'clock. And
It's 15 minutes difference. 8:45 now.
8:45, 9 o'clock. But if it takes 2 hours, now it's 11 o'clock before we're done.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
10:45.
yeah. If
It doesn't say 11.
whatever,
Yeah,
whatever. What I'm
it
saying
doesn't say
is, what I'm
11 yet.
saying is, I enjoy my me times in the afternoons,
Yeah,
and I like to start my me times about 9:30 in the night when Caden goes to bed, and on the weekends or weekend night because I don't have both of them off. I just get to one day. Uh, I like to if I want to come out here and have an extra beverage or an extra cigar or whatever. I like to go. "Huh, I don't want to stay up till midnight playing Monopoly."
yeah. It's understandable
Yeah,
though. You know.
but
Now I'll stay up till midnight watching TikToks,
is that not the exact same?
scrolling through Facebook Marketplace.
No, I was actually going to say this is unfiltered, right?
Yeah,
I was going to say, is that not the same as not not tonight? Yeah, I'm just tired. I
yeah.
don't
My
want
my back hurts.
I don't want to do
I
that.
got a
And then
headache. That's what I used to
and then
ask him before they go to bed. You
but
should
then
you bring him some food.
I'll roll over from my whatever and go to sleep and actually fall asleep
Oh yeah.
and wake up an hour and a half later because I hear something and I roll over and that half of the room is still glowing blue watching TikTok.
Yep.
Yep. If
That's why
I
you gotta do the whole when you go into bed, you just bring him out some Tylenol or something. But what's that for? Does your head hurt? No. Oh, okay. You bring him some food. You hungry? No, we just ate. You want a back massage? You need to call the back. I need to call the back doctor tomorrow. Why? Oh, is your back hurt? No.
just
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
just run through all of
Yeah,
them.
run through all of them, and then that way you go. Okay, well, you know. Now, what they gonna say? Can't my head don't hurt?
Uh,
Let's just go to bed right now.
uh,
I'm not ready for bed.
yeah,
You know.
I forgot I got to get up early in the morning.
Yeah. We gotta take a shower in the morning.
So I
You
feel
took one
like
tonight. Yeah, but I'm gonna wash my hair in the morning.
some may think that was a drift off from the conspiracy theories, but I think it's still I think there's something to that.
Yeah, it's called Every Woman. They're the same.
But no, I mean, there's got to be like, okay, so with all conspiracy theories,
When it comes to that, they all got their own little conspiracy. If I just tell them my back hurts,
hmm,
my head hurts.
well, they're good.
But Lord knows if we turned it down, my back hurts. You won't love me no more. You don't want to be with me no more. You know no something. My head hurts. No, my back hurts.
The
I fell off a 30-story roof and survived. I've been in a whole body cast for the past 6 months. Yeah, I'm hurting. Not true, but sometimes I tell myself I'm gonna get her back. I'm gonna get her
I
back.
was
I'm gonna turn that down. I'm back. I know my back hurts. Fuck.
so
Every time I switch heads,
so I you switch what?
I switch heads. I think with the other one. I think with the wrong one. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Since got more than twisted behind my back, I guess I'll hump a leg.
the I really feel as though that one time.
Forgot I had this.
Oh, you found it. Yeah, got that on. You got that on loan.
Yeah, I had that alone. Got that barred.
Um, the one time that happened, she told me that she would remember that,
I
and I
remember
said,
that, but
I hope you do.
yeah.
That happened one time. That I said, I just thanks. I'm tired. I lie. I lie because I know she's gonna comment. There's been at least two or three that I've said. All conspiracy theories on the surface.
Are
Um,
wild in general.
well, yeah, but
Like what you was talking about, what you
but
send me.
well, they just kind of skid the surface.
Yeah,
But it takes some deep diving into,
there's so much
and I
too.
think if you got into that one, I think we might actually learn something about the.
I'm good. I don't want to understand them. It's what makes the world interesting. I ain't got
Yeah,
to understand them. I got old
I don't
faithful.
think I have enough time,
Yeah, I got old faithful.
but
I'm
we do
good.
have AI now. That quantum computing stuff. It
We do
might get us
use that, yeah.
close. Might get us close.
Did you make one for yours?
What?
Well, the AI thing. For your conspiracy theory deal we've been talking about.
I did. I actually had a conversation. I need to name it. So I guess I could just call it chat. But
Shut.
yeah, but I need to name it something. Jeeves. Oh,
I'll never remember it.
uh,
AI chat
yeah. Anyway, yes, I actually had a back and forth
with the logo thing.
on my phone.
Yep, that's normally what happens. Working out the
I love to
kinks.
show you, but so I would love for us to sit down one night and do technology like AI, whatever. I'd like to dig into that
Yeah,
because I'm techie.
yeah,
But so anyway, we had a conversation back and forth, and there's a lot of people that are scared of AI because of how smart it is.
yeah,
Okay, so if you're one of those people that are scared of AI because you think, "Oh my goodness, it's so smart. What are we gonna do?" Then you should believe it. Okay,
yeah,
and then if you're one of the people that's not scared of it, you still know its capabilities. You generally believe it.
yeah.
So we were having a discussion back and forth about what I brought up last week when we drifted about uh, our our history or our definitions or just stuff in general on paper
Yeah,
as we transition into a digital age.
and how
Everybody
everything.
was getting rid of their paperback books because look how much, you could take, look at the old libraries and stuff like New York, Manhattan,
Yeah, the massive. Yeah,
ginormous. Okay, well, now you can take that and put it on a couple hard drives,
yeah,
so everybody was like, woohoo, let's, so for the last, what, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, Well,
It's changed
20
over
the
and
last
over.
20 years, really, I guess. Don't hold me to that. I'll go back and look, but everybody has been taking and converting their paper stuff over to
Into
digital files and essentially getting rid of the paper stuff because it's conserving room.
yeah, which also messes with the whole conspiracy deals because it goes so much of off the wall of how much stuff changed. And I get that sometimes now that with the technology that we do have, even like the AI stuff like that, that there's new findings of things. So yeah, some stuff is rewrote. See, told you.
That's not math.
Um, yeah.
Yep.
But it's getting redone because there is new findings, so it is necessary and stuff about this or that, and
So there.
but it's also the is it really,
All right.
because
So
of
like if you were
what
to
can be
take
generated now.
a medical journal, 100% that should be
Hmm.
changed. But
Yeah,
since then to now,
yeah,
you're going to have some
hmm.
adjustments. But uh, what took place in our history that was written in our history books, and those history books have now been converted to digital files. And as people die off who had copies or had read or had taught the original version of the story,
Yeah,
that story can now be rewritten super small from generation to generation. So there's studies going on right now where they're looking at stuff, and it's small tweaks.
yeah,
It's like uh if you're religious, it's like versions of the Bible.
yeah,
There's there's different translations of the Bible, and sometimes those translations lead to things being omitted either accidentally, just in lost in translations, or in on purpose. I believe there's some translations that intentionally try to steer you in one direction or the other, and that's what I think we have now, and we have in media and with Google. Sorry, no, they've got some of our stuff. Uh, Google's with their algorithms and all the stuff that they throw in to
yeah,
suppress stuff. So with all of that being known now, left, right, wherever you fall, you've seen instances where you, I mean, crap, even businesses have to pay money in order to be at the top of a search engine
oh
when,
yeah.
so like at work, if we wanted to be, uh,
When
at,
people look up
yeah,
blank, blank, blank,
yeah, so
you're the one that pops up. Yeah,
yeah, anything that says sponsored, that means that business paid money so that when you looked up, uh, tea,
yeah,
just sitting right there, you know, this place is going to say, we got the best tea, or, whatever.
yeah,
So there's always some algorithms that go on to that, but there's also enough known now that shows that they intentionally misled or intentionally misdirected certain searches.
yeah,
Okay. So if we know that's true, but over here in the background, there's a team of people over the generations whose job it is to slowly manipulate just a little bit. And everybody passes it off as it's a new version, it's updated, whatever.
yeah.
And give it 20, 30 years,
I mean, it'd be completely
it'll be
changed,
completely changed.
again. But
And you add
that's
that
what I'm
on top of
saying.
everybody trying to get rid of, like, people in spinny chairs in Washington trying to get rid of monuments, things that you can touch, feel, scratch, sniff.
Yeah, I know, but this is what really happened. And they're
They're
trying to get rid of it.
they're trying to get rid of
Yeah,
that, along with boy, we do sound conspiracy theories, but I mean, there's stuff that points to it.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, it's the same thing as like if like what you were saying, like I'm tying it
Well,
back into
sorry.
everything getting changed and deleted, blah blah blah, But I mean, but why? I mean, that's my big thing. I mean, but like, why? It's like everyone's like they're basically rewriting history
Hmm.
at this point in time. Like, you would think that with today's technology and as advanced it is and stuff now, you would think that you would try to go back and just more so prove everything and have more evidence for more. But everything in
So
today's time is being changed.
everything is an agenda.
And even stuff like, well, you're talking about the Fruit of the Looms deal earlier, or whatever it's called. Did you watch the full video of it? About what the girl, whatever, she was like, no, I swear it had the Basilican Witch Hat deal.
Hmm.
Like, I swear it had that. And she went through all her clothes, her friends, her families, her neighbors, like, all kind of
Hmm.
stuff until she found, and because like she even Google reached out to Fruit of the Loom herself, and they was like, no, we've never had that logo. And that's when she went on that search and found the old piece of clothing that had it on there. Like even them themselves are denying it. Why? There's something in when you get to some certain point in life at whatever level of you're important now for some reason that that's the gray box of we might or might not know this. We don't know shit about this.
Yeah.
And then there's still people above that and other things.
So who knows it all? Like like if you watch movies and listen to some conspiracies, there's
Now,
like growing up, I thought once you become president of the United States,
oh,
yeah, I did that a minute ago too.
oh, oh,
Uh, still learning the elbow room with the new chairs.
yeah.
Um, I really thought, as a kid, once you become president of the United States, you know everything that there is
Oh,
to know.
yeah, yeah.
No,
Well, obviously, look at the one we got now. That's unfiltered. I don't care. He has no idea what's going on. No idea.
he don't know if he's supposed to use Charmin
Example
or
A.
yeah, he don't know if he's supposed to use Charmin or Bounty to do the paperwork for the number twos.
No. But
Um, I
anyways,
mean, I
but
guess
yeah,
you could use either one if you're in the sewer, but
yeah,
septic tanks, you got to make sure you use
yeah,
Charmin
yeah. But I always
or
thought
something.
the same thing was you become president. Dang, you know everything. That's just not the case. I
Mm.
mean, we don't know, and that we won't ever know. Which ties into like some stuff that we was talking about like last week with the whole alien deal, with the conspiracies about that, about that retired CIA, people on their deathbeds been like, yeah, like there's hitmen for the government and everything else, like legit they go and kill these people for a living, famous people and stuff, and get rid of their death. Now, I mean that
So yeah,
whole nother rabbit hole
yeah,
there.
we could super duper go down that, but so yeah, that was one. Let's see, what else did we discuss? This
Oh no, wait, pause.
pause.
I know you can show it up there because you've already. I'm pretty sure you already showed me. Did you show me the thing about the? We was talking about all having famous people killed and stuff like that. The thing of like JFK or whatever. They're doing a memorial thing and they messed up with the billboards or whatever they were displaying it on.
Yeah.
You have
So
that
yeah,
to
I
pop up.
was I was trying to figure out a direction to go over the last couple of days in
Yeah,
between everything, and was just looking at some funny stuff, and not really knowing what direction we want to go. Anywho, come across this today or last night. That part's not important. The reason I came across it is I was teetering on doing a whole show because I kind of felt like a good old fashioned, just irritated rant.
yeah.
I thought would probably go good because
Wait, don't
people who
write it down.
no people who know me know that when I get on a rant, it ends up either usually being pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I figured it would go good. So I was looking at ignorance and stupidity, and so this come up. Uh, and of course, if yeah,
It's so bad.
so you know,
Good placement though.
uh, yeah, I mean
That
that
would
would do it.
really, when you showed me that earlier, I figured that would
Yeah,
tie in pretty good with it.
yeah. So at some point, I I touched on the fact that you didn't clue me in last week, and I couldn't plan, and planning is usually something that I try to do, and I think all the way, and you come back, and we've already talked about
Yeah.
that. Um, so uh, this week, um, when I was trying to figure out some stuff, and I was thinking, it's, with that one again, at some point, somebody should have known or planned that that was going to not turn out.
Yeah.
And even if
Like
they
you had to play it out to make sure that it looked good.
right, and so
Yeah, and it was,
even if you
adjusted
got to
right.
the point
Because you
to
know that's
where
a projector.
yeah, so even if it got to the point to where it's like, oh, this ain't gonna work, then was the time to say, okay, let's just scrap it. We'll figure something else out because
Yeah.
that ain't gonna work. But yeah, we were we were talking about ignorance and stupidity at work today. Like when you get parked at McDonald's, or when you go to get your breakfast, and they say, "Can you pull to the front, please?" And there's literally lately somebody chasing you out the door with your bag as you're going to
Yeah,
park.
pulling, yeah. And
Just
you're like,
just wait 2 seconds and give him a bag.
yeah.
But there's a lot of people that you got to follow the rules, you know, and
Yeah.
don't have the common sense to. So anyway, I thought about going down that road, and I'm sure we will at some point. But
Yeah, I'm sure.
but
But
we
now we're on
landed on
conspiracy theories,
conspiracies because that's actually
which has turned into a speedball of 100 other things that could be conspiracies.
uh
But that's kind of what the whole conspiracy thing is the whole what if, who, what, when, where, and why, and which I mean kind of ties into like kind of what I was talking about the however you would want to announce Bermuda. I
Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, which is a whole man. When I was a kid, I stressed about it a lot more, I think, than
Oh, so sorry. Where'd I
what
put
it
it?
might be. I don't know because I mean, like I said, kind of tied into what we just talked about. That kind of one of the things you would think with technology how it is today, they'd figure out maybe a little bit more for it about it. But when I was looking, doing a little bit of research on it, there's not a whole lot of new stuff. Other than, oh, it's we looked at it, it's not, that doesn't happen.
Oh,
It's what I've seen a lot of.
I like these chairs because I can adjust and shift because stuff starts to hurt if you sit still too long.
Yeah.
So yes, I looked up a couple of things for you, um, real quick.
Because I know I sent you a couple screenshots as well, to kind of base it up. She was like, send me something.
Yeah.
Let me look
Uh,
into it.
so the one that I looked at, actually, I can't remember. It's been probably a couple months ago. I finally actually had a chance to sit down and watch a documentary, which I used to. That was my thing.
Yeah, yeah, I can get into
But yeah,
that.
this bad boy, the Cyclops, come up missing,
With
uh,
306 men aboard, went missing sometime after March 4th, 1918.
and never saw again.
Yeah.
No debris. That's how it's
Yeah.
spelled.
Which was speaking on the ship deal. I know you said something about the whole Titanic thing, before we really dig into the triangle we got going on over here. What
So,
was the deal about that?
my daughter and her husband, uh, told me last night, and I had never heard about this one. So, the way I am, I will continue to research and we'll probably dig down a little bit deeper one day. But so apparently, the Titanic that we all know and uh, iceberg straight ahead,
Yeah.
um, was supposed supposed to be the Titanic. There was an actual ship that sank and killed all those people.
Yeah.
But the Titanic itself, that was supposed to be the Titanic, had some kind of a malfunction. And to save face, they didn't tell anybody, slapped the name Titanic on an older ship and said, look at what we got. And that's the one that,
But I thought people like went inside and like viewed it, stuff like that, whenever they built it in that port and stuff before it ever even left. I thought I don't know. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I
yeah,
had never heard that
yeah.
one.
I have heard that before about them. There being this whole big conspiracy deal about it, about the Titanic not being the Titanic, and that's why it sank. Blah blah.
It
But my thing
was
was, if someone had viewed it, that was going to be on the cruise, some higher end person, back then, how would it be? What you think they would notice and be like, "Hey, this isn't what this what the other shit looked like on the inside," because it's supposed to have been top tier.
supposed to be sweet back in
Yeah,
the day.
yeah,
If we walked on it today, we'd been like, what?
yeah.
I don't know that.
Whack.
I feel like that was probably still pretty
But have you
nice.
seen the pictures of like the comparison like, of the Titanic versus like today's cruise ships? It's insane.
For the better or for the worse?
I better it's
Oh yeah,
4 times
yeah.
bigger.
So we've only been on one cruise. My wife used to have a super duper big fear of being on a boat in the water, like away from land.
Yeah,
But
which was kind of my thing that I've always was talking about being terrified of was the whole triangle Bermuda Triangle deal because I was like, because my family was, every family talks about, oh, we're to go on a cruise. Of course, my family's been up, but that's when I was in the Marine Corps and stuff, and I wound up always I missed them.
yeah,
I leave wouldn't get approved or whatever, but they, I always thought that was a bigger deal than what it was. Like you were saying, like, you try to look up stuff and found a couple things, from what we were talking about that ship, but there's nothing really new about it
I
other
think
than them saying, "Hey,
yeah.
that we looked into it." There's
I
nothing,
don't think there's been anything new. And back last winter time, uh, I think it, ooh, I hope we get one of those this year. I think it was when we got it. Was it last year that we got a couple of days of snow,
Yeah,
or was it the year
no, it was
before?
last year.
Was it?
Yeah, because I was riding around the Razors with my buddies and stuff. Technically, I think it was this year, back first year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, yeah,
so those are awesome because work's closed. You don't have any responsibilities. You can't go anywhere because we live in Alabama and you can't drive on the roads, especially our roads, because
yeah,
out here
slicker
they
than
don't.
dog
Yeah,
shit.
they don't scrape them for a week. Anyway, my point was I was laying there and I was watching all kind of documentaries because Caden was playing Fortnite or whatever he was doing, uh, and I went down a rabbit hole of Bermuda Triangle, and there was these guys. I'll have to look them up again, but so they were all like super high up on their expertise levels of whatever they were bringing to that little
Yeah,
crew. It was like a 3 or 4 man crew, and they went out and searched for wreckages. That's all they did.
yeah,
And so they went and they did some Bermuda Triangle ones. They went and did some ones off the coast to whoever, wherever, they went all over. But the one they did a couple of episodes on was trying to find the the Cyclops and something else that had come up missing
yeah,
based off of people saying, 100 years ago it was over there or whatever. And so, with all of their knowledge and all of their research, I don't remember them saying anything about anything new in the last however many
yeah.
years.
I'd say
And
20
so
years.
I,
Well,
I
no,
think
no.
that's just one of those things where, like the Malaysia flight that just come up missing, that's one of those things where
And there's no trace
how
of
the hell does all of that just come up missing? And so
just
that's one of those things that stick around for a while, and then stories get written about it, and then the folklore kicks in, like the Bigfoot and the screaming kids when you push the car off to
Yeah,
the little bridge thing in the woods. All that folklore stuff starts with one little itty bitty thing, and then here we are talking about conspiracy theories and um,
the triangle
the
and that
triangles,
has
and
no new update
because
on anything.
there was there's talk that that's where Atlantis is at, and that's what causes all kinds of
Yeah, with the
magnetic
magnetic,
fields
yeah,
and blah
stuff
blah blah.
causes the radar systems and all that stuff to like shut down. Which is,
Oh, and
I mean,
there was a whole Navy fleet of planes. Did you see that one?
yeah, I think that was one of the screenshots or something I sent you too
Um,
as well. If you saved them, I don't know if you
let's see, what was
knew it.
this one? December 4th, DC-3 passenger plane. So no, it came up
Embarked on
missing
a pre-dawn flight. Puerto
for San
Rico.
Juan, Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
Miami, Florida.
31 passengers wrong, sing Christmas carols to begin the flight. A few hours later, the captain radioed again to say the plane was approaching the airport. It was the last communication the DC 3 would send. 48 Coast Guard, Air Force, and Navy vessels turned up no trace at the depot. Why would he say they was near the airport if they was over the
Mm,
triangle and it went missing in it?
uh, there you go. On December 5th, 1945, a training flight of 5 torpedo bombers carrying 14 men took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for a routine patrol mission over the Atlantic Ocean. An hour and a half into the flight, Lieutenant Charles Carroll Taylor radioed the control tower. We are not sure of our position, and we can't. And so I'm not going to sit here and read it. But anyway, they all come up missing. Is that just gone?
Yeah, and see, it says
Despite a
down there
massive
that
search, 27 men and their planes were never found.
yeah,
27 people that, I'm sorry, 27 people that could be floating on top of all the debris from how many planes was it? 14 men, 27 men, blah, blah, blah. 5 torpedo bombers.
not 27.
So,
But it says down there where it was talking about they
oh,
sent
sorry.
out the yeah, no, you good. They sent out the search and rescue. See down there at the bottom. And 20 minutes after takeoff, the control tower lost contact with the Mariner 2. Despite a massive search by air and sea, the 27 men and their planes were never found. So even the search and rescue mission they sent out there, they went missing too. But I mean, that turns in. I mean, like yeah, and it could be the triangle, and it could be true. I'm not saying it's not, but you also got to think they're out flying over the ocean trying to find that stuff that run out of fuel. I mean, it's like a 1% of the ocean has ever been explored. So they
Yes.
say conspiracy number
Was that me and you that were
4,376.
talking about crap that was like that
Yeah, yeah,
still hadn't been explored in the ocean?
yeah. I said I had something with that because I had wrote my notes talking about because I wrote it in my notes to save it for this one stuff because we was gonna kind of roll off the last one. But yeah, I mean, you got to think even if they just ran out of fuel looking for them, even if it was or wasn't in the triangle, if the triangle is or isn't true, but 1% of the ocean has even been explored. When they looking at it good, let alone this, which kind of ties back in, I guess, kind of the Titanic thing. I mean, how did they know exactly, whatever, where it
Um,
was? There's so much stuff about that
well,
that's
that
just,
and that was part of my wife's fear. If you drop, so imagine you drop a sewing needle in the gravel driveway, and you get up on top of the house and you try to find it. That's what it's like if you're floating on a raft in the middle of the ocean and there's a plane flying around and trying to find you. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to look at. And unless you're just on
I
the
thought when they played it out in the movies, they, got their
it,
little
yeah, but
flashing piece
it
of tin. The helicopter's like, yeah, that
and
might would work. Yeah, sure.
it
When they're
right.
like just over there waving and
But
stuff,
unless you're
and
on the exact direct path to be able to, that's not a lot. And so, like when we went to A couple years ago, we went to Boston because she's a Halloween freak, and we went to Salem, and we took a ferry from Boston up to Salem, and you get out in the ocean on that ferry, and you can't see nothing.
No, I mean when you get out there and you look, and every which way you look, all you see is
And
water.
that was her first experience, but that kind of got her used to. Sorry, there's like a cat scratch or something. That got her used to. Okay, I didn't die, and so then last no 2 years ago, uh, we got a. I was in fancies one night and had some libations, and come across a sail, and we went on a cruise. Two could sail for 99. And I was like, okay. And
Oh,
we
count
had
me in.
we had airline miles, so and actually we were able to fly down there on our airline miles, and we got on the cruise for. Now I did upgrade and get a few extra things,
Yeah,
but still we it was a cheap 3 day cruise to see if she was gonna freak out and climb the curtains, and she did good. So maybe one day if we ever start making money again, we might try it again
yeah.
because it was actually
Well,
pretty
not
enjoyable.
everybody in this country is broke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
but
just
they,
won't go through. We just won't go through the Bermuda Triangle.
yeah, they don't go to the triangle. I mean, if it's even, I mean, like I said, some of the
No,
stuff.
there's enough stuff that I even though we hadn't said that we've seen anything in the last however many
Well, you
years.
can't see it because it disappears.
I know, but I'm just like you. There was enough stuff when I was a kid that I was like, okay, well, if everything that goes through there vanishes,
But it's because it was all written down. It's not the AI digital stuff that's been changed and everything else. It's been written down. It's changed. It's different now. But like, I mean, that was just like you said, it was just so much more of a problem. Kind of like the whole quicksand. I thought quicksand was going to be a way bigger problem than what it really is.
see, I'm still scared of that. I mean, I still see everybody. I mean, all them westerns you watch, you can't get out of that stuff.
Uh conspiracy. But yeah, I
Is
mean,
there actually quicksand?
I'm pretty sure there's been that before I get off on the quicksand. I'm pretty sure there's been cruise ships. Oh no, I tell you what, it might have something to do with the triangle. You know that flight that like went missing for like 20 years, and then I don't. There's no way you haven't heard about it. So there's a whole Netflix TV series about it. It's about this plane that goes missing.
Oh, you talking? But that wasn't a real story. That was just a show.
No, the show is based off a real story.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, the show's based off a real story. The flight like went missing. It called back in like, "Hey, we're landing." The people said it was like a normal flight, and when they came back, like when they landed them at the airport, like cops, everything else surrounded them and all that stuff. Like
Yeah, that's just a
because
TV show.
no, they came out with a TV show because it's true. It was on a true story. Because I haven't even watched the TV because I started to watch the TV show and it was so much different from the story. I didn't like it. It was a little bit different. Like I like
But
this.
that's a for real.
Yeah, it's a for real
For real.
thing. I swear.
What was that? Manifest? Is that the name of the show you're talking about?
I think that's what I haven't watched it.
Oh,
We started to one night and was just like,
She watched it, but I didn't think that was.
yeah, it's based
No,
on
that's not
yeah, no,
real.
it's yes, it is. It might be a conspiracy, but but no, that's apparently it was a real thing that happened. Let me see if I can't find some talk
Yeah,
about. I mean, the
find it, cause
triangle deal or something like that. Because let me look, make sure I'm not completely crazy.
no, cause I'm gonna if that's, and I'm not saying that you ain't right. I'm saying if that's for real, then I got to go back and watch the show because I quit watching it, and she watched it until they canceled it.
Damn.
And then that was kind of like the Langoliers. Didn't the Langoliers, wasn't that a movie that they'd come up missing? I guess I should tell my wife to come out here. She would know all this. She's like the movie trivia, whatever.
Maybe they didn't show back up. Maybe I'm just dumb. Because what I'm reading is about like the Malaysia air flight.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
yeah, that one. Now, okay.
yeah.
So if that one shows back up in 20 years,
Yeah.
then even if
They called it.
Fancy's Unfiltered is not around, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
get back together and figure something out.
Yeah, figure something out. But
We'll
yeah, they went missing. I mean, off the face of the earth too. It was back in 14 though. I
oh,
could have swore though there was something.
yeah, and see that's a recent.
Oh wait, I dope. Fuck, hold on, I googled it wrong. I looked up at a flight that went missing. I was wondering why 400 of them were popping up. I didn't recognize.
What edit this
Stupid
out?
dude.
Take a break. We'll edit it out.
I feel like you look it up and it says it's a hoax, but it's talking about a certain flight number, the plane and everything.
Hmm.
Pan Am Flight 914 is a hoax that a Douglas DC-4 disappeared after takeoff in 1955 and only landed again 3 decades later.
Okay.
But like you said, everything changes so much. There's not any new stuff about the triangle. The Titanic deal.
All
I
right.
mean,
So here.
who knows? What if it was true? And now that's changed. That's Fruit of the Loom deal.
All right. So
But
here
not
we
we
will.
go.
It's kind of similar. It's kind of on the same page, and I guess we're on our third episode. So if it sucks, it sucks. But
Yeah, some are gonna
this,
branch out. It's not really gonna matter.
yeah. All right. So what I have always wondered ever since I was a wee lad, a wee bit, mythology.
I'm tracking.
So today it's presented to us as mythology. But back in the day, those were tales that were told by kingdoms and whatever that everybody got behind.
Yeah.
So was that real? Or is that
Well, I mean, everything that was written down is digital now, so who knows?
no, I'm talking about like the old stuff that we grew up like the all right, like Game of Thrones, for example.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily saying, but that whole exact, just like that. But back in the day, I mean, you think of all the stories of dragons and I mean,
Yeah.
and all the stuff that spawned off of the stories of kingdoms and
Yeah.
it,
Yeah, I do.
uh, so I mean, at what point do we go? That's just a
Like some Shrek shit, Gotta save the princess from the tower.
yeah. See
Gotta slay the dragon.
that might be going a little too
Yeah.
far.
Now
But
that, yeah, yeah, that, sure.
do you know the Muffin Man?
Yeah. Dude, I've seen so much stuff about that lately. I think it was like a trend that popped back up on TikTok. The Muffin Man! The Muffin Man! Yeah. Yeah, apparently there was a video that popped up. It was like it was like this lady. She was like sitting in a psych ward or something like that, working, and the patient or whatever he was doing that. Do you know the Muffin Man? And she was like, the Muffin Man. And he was like, the Muffin Man. And oh, dude, it's great. I had to send it next time I see it on TikTok or something. I see it all the time. I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
It's funny
we're gonna try to do better about uh sharing information amongst us so that
about shit we see,
yeah,
and it
so that
happens during the week at the end of stuff, so
yeah,
that
so
it's
that
more of a into the life and
yeah.
funny, goofy of what we got, not also serious
Yeah, so
topics sometimes.
I think uh this will probably be our last episode of just kind of shooting the breeze. Um, I think going forward, I mean, we'll always shoot the breeze. We're always going to get sidetracked. We're always going to go down
Yeah,
rabbit holes.
yeah, yeah.
That's never going to change. But uh,
As people get brought on,
yeah,
it'll be more serious and
yeah,
straight
we'll
line.
have some uh Of
guest.
course, the guests that we have, of course, whoever that may be at that week, will definitely dig into the reason why we have them here. But what I was getting at is, I think that it's evident that we have plenty to discuss, and I think we could easily start carving out segments about each one of these things that we've talked about and went further. And
Come up with ideas in the midst of it. And
um because there's a lot of unexplained things that I'd like to talk about. I also yeah, I'll wait on.
yeah,
We
it
got
don't want.
we got
Yeah,
we
can't.
got some I got some stuff working in the background that, because I really want to dig in and do some for real. I want to bring knowledge to people that there's a lot of stuff that I've learned over the last few years that has fascinated me, that it fascinates me because it's not talked about. It's
Yeah,
it's
you're like, damn, that's a thing.
yeah. And so, and I am uh I know we got sidetracked, but I'm wrapping it up, and I was gonna go somewhere with it. Oh yeah, I see it now. See, that's what this is for.
That's what. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
So
reminder.
anyway, I've always tried to be a people person, and there was a point in my life where I actually got to where I just really disliked people. But
Yeah,
and honestly, it was because it was uh that's the topic we could go down a whole rabbit hole of why I'm sitting here doing what I'm doing. Anyway, my point is, um, we got plenty to talk about, and uh,
been able to share some of it
y'all,
to people and
yeah, y'all
keeping it more
y'all need to
centered towards
continue to
that.
give us. We appreciate the love and support everybody's giving us, and the views and the likes. Keep it up.
Feedback on
Um,
it.
I think if this takes off the way we want it to, next year, I saved this just for you. I was going to talk about it last week, and then we got sidetracked. I think I might have had an extra one of these
It happens.
that was only one today. So let me know if you think we stayed on track a little bit better. Anyway, field trip next year. This is the thing. Did you see this on Facebook last week?
No, I did not.
All right, so this is a real thing.
Mama is scooting and pooting. Good
Uh,
night.
let me hang on. Let me find
She got a
the
life insurance policy or something. I hook up with it.
she
40 acres of land. Sounds good to me.
yeah, titanium hip.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
can't blow that one out.
hang on. Where'd it go? Hold please. Hold please.
Gotta
Hold please.
find it.
Hold please. Hold
Where's
please.
this at?
Here it is. All right. So maybe this will show up like we need it to. It may be too small. May can't see it. So this is uh, was that
Must be 60
Weber?
plus to
Yeah,
sign up.
Weber Valley Speedway's post. So Weber Valley Speedway. It's Granny Fest 2024 this weekend. So we've missed it already. So that's what I'm saying. If this takes
Next
off
year. Yeah.
next year, we got to take a field trip. And I liked them, so I'll stay up to date.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have to be 60 years old to sign up and in good health, and you have to supply your own mobility scooter. It's $50 entry, and it gets you a $250 prize if you win the stunt contest. Must sign a waiver to say we're not responsible for injuries or death. All right, so these grannies was kicking ass and taking names and just
I mean,
look at the dirt behind that thing. And she's letting everybody know what she thinks.
yeah. Me too, girl.
And then you got let's see. Oh no, that's the same one. All right, this was the champion.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like, I don't even know if I could do that.
She
I
is.
wonder if that was accident. Mama come out that seat height. She just so happened to land it, and they
I
were
know,
like,
but
"Oh
I think what got her the win was that blindfold. She did it
Oh, I
blindfold.
thought those were goggles.
No, that was. Hang on, let me go
Pop it
back.
back up.
Yep, that was her nighty night sleep goggles or her sleep
See,
mask, her eye mask thingy.
she's hot, man.
Nighty night
That's a woman right there.
wood house slippers.
Yeah, or
And
those flip
see, and I'm
flops.
I'm
Either way,
actually
still impressive. It
I'm
really doesn't
actually a
matter.
little upset because I mean here is
I'm upset that I didn't know about this sooner.
I'm upset that I didn't know
Grandma's
about it.
racing. Is it Papa's too? Papa's in on it?
I don't know. It just said 60. What? No, it was Granny Fest.
Yeah, yeah, 60 plus.
I guess nowadays, though, you could show up with your sack hanging down past your knees and say you identify as a granny. These are my titties,
Yeah, you
and
could.
you could.
You get out there and try to race them.
I mean,
Dude, we've got to go. Where's it at, though? What state? Did you look?
Tennessee. It was Tennessee.
Oh, I ain't nothing but a skip hop and a dip away, son.
Yeah, we could be up there.
We can do that.
I-
Yeah, I'm down.
If
That'd be cool.
if it's during nice weather, I could ride the bike up there. Not me and you. I mean,
I'll sit on the gas tank and face you. How's that sound?
we'll have to talk about
Yeah,
it. Talk about
it's my knees pop. I'm getting old.
it. Yeah. Have you seen how many times I've had to readjust and grab my pants to pull my leg up?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
happens. Wait till you get
Uh,
my age.
yeah. But I go see my masseuse lady in the morning, so she
Get y'all
gets me.
worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
see, and I'd like to talk to. That's the thing, and y'all just have to bear with us because I'm trying to figure out this thing that we want to do together, and but
make it work more for everybody
but like
else.
I'd love to sit down and talk to them, and I'd like to ask them questions about what got them into it. I'd like to ask them questions about what's some of the the weird stuff people's you know
Tried to request.
yeah. See, and I've always tried to be polite, and I've never wanted to have those conversations while on the table because I don't want them to
I
ever.
would. You know me.
You would.
No filter.
Yeah, you don't have a filter. I'm learning to embrace my non-filter. This is why we have.
Example A.
This is, I gotta I gotta start looking at the camera down here and not the monitor up there. But
Yeah, I
yep.
do that too sometimes. I don't care. It's
No.
unfiltered.
Yeah, I don't care either. So,
Frick your feelings.
number 2 for the day.
Number
So,
2. There you go. At the end too.
libations and conversations.
Or drinks.
So, well, yes. All right, and so also as we continue, I'm gonna start doing a pour and a cigar per day. Well, per show. I usually do a cigar and a pour per day, but we won't go
Yeah.
there. But we'll start talking about because I mean that's me. I do cigars. I do bourbon. We'll spend like 2 seconds on what I'm smoking for the day. If somebody wants to learn more about it, we'll throw that in there. And
Yeah.
um, we trailed. I was going somewhere. Oh,
I
the
was just
grannies.
talk.
The
Yeah,
grannies.
the
We talked about
grannies.
the grannies.
Yeah.
You ended with gerbils last week. I ended with grannies this week.
Yeah, gerbils. Hamsters.
Hamsters.
Don't know. Hamsters. Still don't know. Actually, your daughter commented on it. Said
I
something
know.
about it. Yeah. Yeah, I know you're gonna watch this, Madison. You don't always have to be right, okay? Sometimes just let us have our moment.
Yeah.
Stay out of it.
Look, I know I was a couple of libations in by the time we got to New Amsterdam, but I thought that was pretty good.
That cracked me up, man.
Yeah. I was impressed with
You said
myself.
maybe they're from New Guinea. I said, yeah, guinea pigs, maybe. You said, oh, yeah, well, then they're from New
New
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Yeah, New Amsterdam.
It happens.
Yep.
It's like, it'd be like that on those big jobs
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. But yeah, I mean, from everything from a wide range variety of conspiracy theories that we kind of touched on some. We didn't even, like I told you earlier before we started, we're going to wind up getting on something that we talk about, conspiracies and go 100 different directions with it, which
Well,
is perfectly okay. But you got to think, I know some people are going to look, at the end of this, sit there and think, man, well, maybe I saw something about that flight too. Was it a fake Titanic? People are going to get in it and look. Which, if you find something, of course, leave the feedback, let us know. We can always pop that up in there.
yeah,
Little Susie found this. Speaking of, before we roll on completely from last week,
yeah.
Plot twist, we're wrong.
So
Triangle's real and somebody died in it yesterday.
yeah. So I've got some swag that we need to figure out how to try to drum up some stuff too.
Yeah.
We got them cool. Uh,
Stickers. Yeah, because
oh, I know this is y'all like that. I'm sure this the sexiness. We'll zoom in on this and post pre-edit whatever afterwards. But anyway, cool. Oh, there it is. So we need to figure out how to get some involvement in these because we keep asking people to comment, and I see that people are watching, and I appreciate people watching.
yeah, people text me, they don't comment on it, they text me. Which I get most times people trying to get fit.
And
They're trying to be nice and polite,
I
or
I
something.
completely
Yeah,
understand
I
and
get it. I
and I
get it.
get it, but we
Move
both
the rug.
we both
We
we
got to get
both
rid of the rug.
we both pushed
The
at the
circle
same
rug.
time. The circle rug. Look, circle rug was supposed to be square, well, rectangle. They sent me the wrong one. It's going back.
Laid it out anyways.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I thought, you know what, the pressure on that I've put on myself to get this done in the way that I want it to be done, and so that we can walk away and just come in here, smash a button, hit record, and whatever's on our brain, we're ready to go.
We're rolling with it.
Getting us to that point has been probably one of the more stressful things that I've done, mainly because it just keeps costing money every time I turn around.
Yeah, I understand that.
Uh, so when this came in and it was wrong, I was like, I'm on a deadline. I'm trying to make this do what it do. I got it in my brain. If we record on Tuesday nights, I want to try to get it edited tonight and get it out and get it posted by Thursday or Friday ish.
Yeah.
I think I put that on the Facebook. We try to have them out every Friday ish. Um, but between doing all that and it's been
It's been a hassle. But
I'm
it's going to
tired.
pay off.
It
It's going
will.
to pay
It
off.
will. So once we get it to where uh I figure out where the couch is supposed to go, figure out where these chairs are supposed to go, figure out where this table's supposed to go, figure out what we're supposed to do with these while we're sitting in these, and then being able to see us from over there. We'll get all that done. Uh,
We'll be
y'all,
digging more into
y'all hold on because then the focus is going to be on digging into some content, digging into some people's and
picking minds and
pick,
brains
yeah.
of stuff. But
And
still,
then,
our normal Bigfoot conversations,
well,
and stuff with just me and
oh
you.
yeah, we'll always have something to do. And then, we get this done and set. The next, can we set up a GoFundMe? Do you think that would work? Do you think people would? Do you
Everybody
think
else
people?
does it.
Yeah. So anyway, so the next thing after we get this set the way
A
we need it,
dollar a day donated to Fancy's Unfiltered
could save 12
could make
cats.
us, could save 12 cats and make us be able to buy the long extended rope to save the puppies off the waterfall.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
If you're in a dire need to save a little puppy of a new home,
hmm. No. So what it would,
call Sarah McLaughlin.
yeah, what it would do. Who had the? Oh no, that was Sarah Evans that had the.
No, it wasn't. Sarah Evans was the country singer.
I
It
know
was
that had the
Sarah.
hot legs. That's what I was fixing to say. She was at Rock to South that first year that we went, or second year
Oh,
that
it's
we
been
went.
a minute.
Yeah. Anyway, my point that I was trying to get to before I got sidetracked. Um, feel like I lost my train of thought. We'll have to go back and edit.
It's about us moving on back and making it better once we get everything set up, and
Oh, but
everything's
we were
gonna be
somewhere. We
the
were somewhere.
picking people's brains and minds.
Oh yeah, so a GoFundMe uh to partially fund the ability to build the outdoor kitchen so that we can cook and have the angles that we need. Because like I cook all day long,
Yeah,
but my kitchen is not photogenic.
yeah. I don't know. They
And
might.
what?
You're asking about if you think people would contribute.
Oh yeah, no, they won't.
Yeah, no.
They won't. But so the next thing is I gotta finish. I gotta build the outdoor kitchen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to do it as cheap as I can, but as fancy as I can. Like you know, I'll pour my own concrete, do the countertops
It's
thing.
simple. I like it. It's at home.
Do you know how to do it?
No, I was just talking about how it is.
No, but I mean, do you know how to do it? You want to come help pour the concrete?
I ain't never poured concrete. I can do about anything, but concrete's one thing I ain't never done.
Uh,
I know some people.
I mean, I've mixed up
I mean,
Shaqcrete,
yeah, I see it post and stuff with Quickcrete.
but I had never tried to finish a countertop with one.
Yeah, I'd say it can't be that hard, but it is.
Yeah,
But like this, just gotta figure it out. Roll with it and see what happens.
yeah, but this is digital. I can erase and redo.
Yeah, I
Concrete's
can't hit the delete
concrete's
button on
gonna
the
be there.
concrete.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
you're
there.
right.
Be there.
That's
So,
what the show's gonna be like. Once we get everything rolling, gonna be setting concrete,
hey,
get
did
it
you
figured out.
see? I know we're trailing, and I'll edit this in. We'll make it work somewhere. But did you see uh that we're on Spotify?
Oh, Lord, I got tired of waiting on it. Yeah, actually, yeah. When you was showing me the other day, I've been looking at it and stuff. So I let a couple people know that it was on Spotify now. So because I had a couple people that one of my buddies, that I go bow fish with and stuff. He was one of the first ones. He was like, sometimes when he's at work, that's what he listens to
So
podcasts.
I got to figure out,
So that way you can at least listen to it
and
more on
I
easy to access.
think there's a way. So again, learning. So when I Googled what's the best podcast provider, blah blah blah, I ended up going with this one direction, and I didn't like it. It was it didn't. I just didn't like it.
Yeah,
So then we're with this one now, and it seems to be a little easier and better. I still got to do a few more things on the backside to get us on. Uh, Trying to figure out everybody's got their own little quirks.
yeah,
And so, like, we're on Spotify, but it's just the audio. So, how do I get it to where we're then eligible to have this on there, like Rogan and everybody else?
yeah,
So there's some kind of a somewhere, and I can't remember. Everybody's different. So, like on them, I don't know if it's once you post an audio file, from then forward you can post the whole thing, or if it's once you get so many whatevers, and it's I don't know. Everybody's different, so learning all that has been time consuming, and but when we get all of it figured out, we can smash a button and we'll be ready to go, and then we just gonna start
hopefully
just
next week.
just start. Oh yeah, I gotta do it this weekend, don't
It's coming
I?
up. By the way,
Yeah. Well, see, and that's the thing too. I know I'm not the only one. There's plenty of other people that have this problem, but uh, do you ever run into uh, like today's what, Tuesday?
yeah,
All right, so I'm usually off on Wednesdays. So like I'll start thinking this Tuesday what I'm gonna do tomorrow as well as next Wednesday when I'm off. Because I know I'm already processing what I'm gonna try to get done today and what I don't get done or tomorrow,
yeah,
I'll have to finish it next week. Yeah.
yeah. Playing
So
your off
like
days.
I'm already thinking 2 weeks out in my brain of what I want to get done.
Yeah,
And we're at uh almost midnight on Tuesday night, and I learned a few hours ago of all the things that I also have to do
on your honey to do list
on my to-do list for tomorrow, which then means everything that I had planned.
is now out the doors. Now you're 3 weeks behind.
So now I'm 3 weeks behind because I know next week there's going to be some other stuff that gets thrown in. So I'm probably only going to be able to do what I was supposed to do this week. Yeah. So it's never
You
ending.
know why you do it though?
Well,
Because it ain't gonna suck itself.
no, it's not.
But yeah. So we'll get it figured out. Next episode's gonna be rolling. Gonna be hot. Hopefully have a guest. Have new cameras,
Oh,
new
we will.
angles, new
Look,
look.
even if it's this lady who I affectionately like to call the crack chick that walks up and down the road.
Yeah, maybe we can get her
It
on a scooter. She's 60 plus.
Look, no, she's not 60 plus. She probably will end up on a scooter. But my
Yeah,
point was, uh, I'm ready for somebody to sit on that couch. I've spent the money on a couch. We're fixing to spend the money on the cameras to point at the couch. So whether the people I have lined up to come next week,
Yeah, and I still got
fall,
2 people as
yeah,
well.
fall through or follow through, there will be somebody on that couch next week.
Yep, we'll get it going.
Promise you.
We'll get it
And
figured out.
then and we'll start really kind of trying to showcase um a little bit of everything that we plan on doing. I this doesn't have to be
Perfect.
well. Thanks for that. It doesn't have to be one sided, or
Or one.
a one dimensional.
Yeah, that's why people always ask me when we were starting this whole thing, "What's it going to be about?" And I always
Just
had the same
whatever.
answer. Everything.
Yeah.
It's not. We're no certain top. Yeah, we'll get on topics. We're going to get on serious
The most
conversations with guests.
successful TV show or the most successful sitcom was, you probably don't, Seinfeld. And it was classified as a show about nothing. Every week it was just random crap. And did you ever watch Seinfeld?
Yeah, I watched it. It's funny. I
Yeah.
like it.
But there's some stupid ones and there's some really funny ones. But the point is, it was just all it was.
Yeah.
And so that's what it, like. I get bored. You don't go eat at the same place for lunch every day.
No.
So if we talked about the same crap every day, uh,
And stayed
I
on track just to a
I
point to everything.
I would probably get bored with it, and everybody else would get bored with it, and you know,
Yeah. It gives you something to think about.
yeah. So, what else you want
Keeps
to talk
it
about?
interesting. I don't know. I think that's kind of pretty much what I had on my mind for this one. Getting ready for the whole, like I said, the whole new setup deal and getting that ready and getting everybody that we plan on having on and want to have on, getting them lined up and set in stone. And now that, I tried to dig in, like I said, the whole triangle thing turned into the whole 100 other conspiracies I found, and that there's no new stuff on half the things because
Yeah.
everything's been erased,
Well,
kind of rewritten, rewrote, redid, redone.
some of those, again, we're 20 to 40 years removed from being kids when things were 15 years away from when something, so
Yeah.
it just keeps getting older and older. And I think the Bermuda Triangle thing is, I still wouldn't want to go sailing through it or fly over
Shit,
it.
I'm not going to go find out. I can tell you that much.
No, but I think,
I'm going to wait for somebody to do it.
yeah, I think apparently maybe it's not as big a thing as it used to be.
Or maybe they try to go out there, figure it out, and they get lost. They're gone. They
Or maybe they
disappear.
just delete it before we know about it.
Maybe the government did it. Yeah.
Got
Yep.
it.
Got it. Clip it, mark it, repost it. Don't spit it out.
Mm-mm.
Told you we're not quitters.
No, I got this. So, what else you want to talk about? I think I'm done. I don't.
Yeah. I think that's a
I
good
got it.
one of our last shenanigans. This is going to be
So
all
this
over
is
the
an hour and a
place.
half. We had 30 minutes before when it started lagging. We'll see how that looks out.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
So,
about that part, too. We can make it work together.
so it's 11:30. We'll wrap this up. We'll talk for a minute. I'll probably be done editing this at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to go home, go to bed, go to sleep, go to work the next morning.
Yeah. No, I'm off on Wednesday.
Yeah. I have a normal weekend. I get weekends off, so.
I don't. Suck it.
Oh, no, I'll pass.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for episode 3.
3. We made it 3
Three.
of them.
3. Hell, we're moving up.
Yep.
Got more views on the last one. It's going to be a hit or miss on
You
this
know,
one, but we don't really care.
I was care don't care. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um we really, I think everybody in their life is conflicted at some point. So I'll just be honest. I really want everybody to like what we
Oh,
do,
yeah, for sure.
but I also don't care.
Yeah.
That's just
Like I said, the worst case, it don't go out. We had fun.
Yeah.
and we'll continue to have fun.
So I don't
We
even.
got the couch and the red ring in case stuff goes real south. We can switch up to the sex couch we have now.
What I think
It's like out of a straight out of an '80s porn set.
we will definitely have to have guests for
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. Whoa! Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
But did you see how the red light reflected off the buttons on my Chesterfield couch?
Yeah, it's straight out of an '80s
Y'all get
porn gig.
y'all get to see the couch next week. I'm not even going to try to turn none of these things around because it's not done. There's so much stuff behind the cameras
Yeah,
that I'm immersed, so you can't look at it. But
it happens. But we'll pick it up next week. Hopefully, new look and have a guest on. So we'll see how that
yep.
goes and see
Hey,
what we jump off to.
like, comment, subscribe, share. If it's not there where you normally look and get your podcast, let us know. We're actively trying to make sure that you can get us anywhere and everywhere that you get your podcast, whether it be audio form or video form. So wherever you get it, if you can't get it, let me know so as I can make sure that I dial in on that and make sure that you can get it where you get it.
Oh, and also another thing like about the whole social media deal, the website. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can
Yes.
fill out your information. You can get updates on stuff we got coming
Yep.
up.
So,
Like the whole sticker deal. So if we put, when we get to that point, you'll get updates about that.
yep.
But it's
As
just everything in general.
as
And there's also an area for you to put your own discussions. Really,
look,
as leave a message and everything.
I'm gonna do reverse psychology. Uh,
You gonna tell them not to go look at it?
yeah, don't
Yeah, don't.
look.
You're not going to anyways. It's cool. You
Yeah,
don't even
look.
want to see how badass it is. Don't even worry about it.
There's a website, but nobody goes to it, so there's no reason to really look. It's fancies-unfiltered.com. Not that you want to go to it, but it's there. I wouldn't go, but if you go, you can while there get all the latest episodes. Ooh,
You got to throw them up there.
remind me because I think that was coming from. No, no. There's links for social medias. You can get all them there. But yeah, you can scroll down the bottom. As we continue to grow this bad boy, we're gonna have like stuff that we discuss as we get more in depth. We'll have newsletters. You can get on that. We'll send that out. I plan on even if we just get us a little Fancy's Unfiltered tent and we go to the grilled cheese festival at Huntsville.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we go set up beside the
yeah.
senior citizen
So
center.
so if we decide to do that, it'll be on there. You need to make sure that you've subscribed to get the updates in case we, you know, I can eat a grilled cheese and I can probably come up with something to talk about.
Yeah.
So
We can
I mean,
come.
there's a whole grilled cheese truck. It's a food truck. That's all he does is different grilled cheese.
Oh, I thought we was being serious. I'm down to go.
No, I mean he does like a peanut butter and jelly grilled cheese with
Ah,
the. Oh come on! You said you was down to go, and the first thing I throw out is a little weird. You're out, but you want
no. Hey, you want to talk
to
about being weird? Oh, Easy E gives me the hardest time
please hurry.
because yeah, it gives me the hardest time. No, because he said I can't leave anything alone, food wise. He was talking about something. We was talking about if I come to your house and you say, hey, we're gonna watch games or whatever, UFC fight, I'm gonna cook some chicken fingers, some frozen chicken fingers, an air fryer or whatever. I don't feel like cooking. All right, cool. It better be the fucking top chicken bag that comes out of that freezer.
Those are good.
He was talking about they make nuggets now. And I told him, I said, oh man, could you imagine like if you took him like use some like wing sauce, something like that to make them into like, like boneless wing. He was like, see, there we go. You can't leave nothing alone. He said, you can't just enjoy food tasting good. He said, you gotta mess with it.
Yeah,
And I was like,
look
that's the
great.
whole point, man.
Great people mess with shit.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You got
Because
well, hold on. Fat people mess with shit.
fat great people.
Fat great people. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's so half of the stuff that I come up with, like
But he
when I,
helps me. What kills me, he helps me come up with stuff that I'm like, I would
yeah,
have never thought about. I'm telling you, this boy, it make the best bacon sandwich you've had in your entire life, and got it down to a
mm,
pat, son. But anyway, but off topic.
I
Anyways, I
what
was trying to end this.
um yeah, I ran into a little snack situation one night, and we were out here. I think there was a fight on, or there's a game on, or something was on, and it was late, and everybody had ate before they came because I wasn't in the mood to cook that night. But it was about 11 o'clock, and everybody was like, I'm hungry. We can't just run right down the road to Taco Bell
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. Takes an hour to go to town
Well,
and back.
I had everything I needed to make a BLT except for the B. But I had some country ham. And so I threw that on the smoker and I slow smoked the country ham just for a little bit.
Mm. This was recently, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, you told me about. I'm pretty
And
sure I
then,
got the snaps
yeah,
though.
so I super low smoked it just so that it would soak up the smoke. And then I turned the griddle on and then I grilled my bread. And so I had a BLT, but with country H. Uh, so
Still good.
it was a H.
HLT.
No, it was CHLT, country ham. Last man.
Yeah,
Man, that was so. Then the next time I did it, because after I did it that one time, I was like,
you got there again.
"What? What can we do to make it better?"
Yeah, well, it gotta
Okay,
change it.
so then the next time I put a little bit of uh seasoning on the country ham, slow smoked it, and then I made homemade garlic bread out of the bread and put that on the griddle and then made the sandwich. Let me tell you,
Bone apple teeth.
uh,
Yeah,
all of
just
them.
yeah, all of them.
It was some count. It
Yeah.
was
I'll
so
clip that
so
and put it on
yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah, whenever we get this finally done, we'll start putting out some more content throughout the week of just random stupid ignorant stuff probably. But that was another thing that I was going to go down, and then I promise I'm done. I'm out. Uh I have a newfound appreciation for content creators.
Oh yeah, 100%. A whole different
But
wide perspective of it.
look, I knew that w- a lot of it's on me. Some people throw stuff out there. There's people that can, fling a paintbrush on something and, just fling paint and they go, oh, I'm done, and sell it for millions of dollars. I would stare at that thing and go, this is the most ignorant piece of junk I've ever made in my entire
Yeah,
life. And be shortchanging myself, apparently. I don't know. But so as we try to do this, I try to make it look the best that we can look with what we have to work with, and we're still going to finish tweaking that this weekend. But anyway, and so then when you're doing your edits and you want it to be as good as you can make it, and so you find the stuff, and then you do the thing, and then you cut, you splice, you edit, you squeeze, you squish, you smoosh, there's a lot to it, and I knew that there was a lot to it, but
doesn't really fall into perspective until you're
trying
doing
to
it
do it all the damn time
while trying to work.
while trying to work
Honey, to-do list,
and
kids,
and then
recording.
and I'm not saying this negatively, so when this ends up airing, nobody just yeah, but there's a fine line between everybody that's behind you, and behind every successful person is somebody strong like a wife and a blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah. But there is a fine line between being supportive of I got you, do what you need to do. I think it's gonna be great,
yeah,
and you're out there again, or it's
yeah.
just.
I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that.
Uh, so I'm hoping that we're about done with the super labor intensive back end, and if
To where we walk in, hit a button, it's done. We're done.
and
Hit
if
the
I had,
button. You take the iPad inside or
we'll see, and
whatever.
it's not even gonna be on the iPad
Yeah,
once we get that done.
yeah.
It's all gonna be
It's
run
yeah.
through the thing, and so
Be done with.
it'll be so much better, but it's taking a minute to get it here, and if if we could have waited until we got 100% ready to go, but
That's no fun. That's what makes it interesting about
and
the
that's
whole
what makes it
unfiltered.
unfiltered.
Yeah,
I'm to the stage, and we've talked about it before.
don't care.
I don't care. I care, don't care. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it is what it is. So y'all come back every week, Friday ish.
ish.
Maybe Thursday if I get left alone and can edit.
Maybe
This
Saturday if you don't.
this week I'm not going to get left alone, so I can go ahead and tell you it will be at least Friday.
Friday.
But maybe that's a new thing.
Yeah,
New episodes every Friday. And then as we continue to branch out, I look forward to maybe throwing in a little extra something on the side with some whatever stuff.
yeah.
We got this. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
It's
Just
guys.
hang in with us.
Yep.
Stay tuned and be ready.
Yep. See y'all next week. Love you, mean it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know what to do wherever you find us. Make sure you give us some love, smash it, like it, share it, comment it. Whatever you're supposed to do on whatever platform you're on, just to help us out and do something. Send us some comments too, so that we know what you like, what you don't like, what you want us to talk about, what you don't want us to talk about. Sorry, not sorry. Care, don't care. But send us to it anyway. Send it to us anyway. Got it.
And cut.